what's up? Okay, so this is my first review of a Marvel Legend. This is the Marvel Legend series, Secret Wars Iceman figure. Here's the packaging. It's really got that old school feel to it. And I'm not going to lie to you, I think that this was really false advertising because I am very, very disappointed in this figure. But it's up to you on whether or not you're going to buy it. Here's the back of the package, and just like all Marvel Legends, here's an origin story. And here's a complete look at the figure and its accessories. So the two ice effects that are supposed to get attached to the hands seem to be way too short for the body. That weird ice skateboard that he has, I have been trying to pose him on that stand for like about 15-20 minutes, and I just cannot get it to stand steady. I am taking a closer look at the joints here. It seems that as I was trying to pose the figure and as I was moving him around, those joints seem to be a lot less clear and a lot more white. Like, I just feel like this is really cheap material. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, it does have a beautiful ice effect look to it, but I am not happy with it. I just completely feel like this figure is going to fall apart. So this figure does come with two ice effects for each hand, a skateboard made of ice, an extra set of hands, an extra head, and a snowball. And to be honest, I don't think Spider-Man would think that this friend was very amazing. As you can see, that ice pillar right there is way too short for that body. As soon as I was trying to attach the handles onto the wrists, like, it felt like those attachments were about to break off. And as you can see, they don't reach to the ground. And if I get them any closer, that figure will fall over. I can't seem to place that figure comfortably on this skateboard that's made out of ice. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch it out to a figure that I feel like is a little bit smaller. And that is the vintage Iceman figure. And as you're about to see, that figure is going to fit these accessories a lot more better than this one. And I'm so pissed because I feel like this one was totally overpriced. Now, the vintage Iceman figure that came out a few years ago actually does fit a lot more comfortably with these accessories than the one that we got. I feel like the material is a little bit better, a little bit stronger, but here's my problem with both of these figures. I feel like I'm looking at Silver Surfer and not Iceman. Maybe if this thing came out like in the early 2000s or like in the 1990s, this figure would have made a lot more sense. But I'm more of a comic book accurate person, and I feel like they should have at least given him like a better head sculpt, given him some hair, just like the original Iceman figure that came back out back in the mid 2000 teens. I'm going to say that like that. But the problem is with that original Iceman figure, the material was so cheap that basically mine are all broken. The Age of Apocalypse Iceman was a lot more better than the making of these ones. I do love the way that this new Secret Wars Iceman figure looks on the camera, because I like to make little movies with my figures, and I let my little family members that are kids play with toys, but I'd be too afraid to let them touch these ones because I feel like they would break and with the wear and the tear, and it's just, I'm just like so totally disappointed. I feel like these Marvel Legend figures, they're overpriced now. Unlike a few years ago when I feel like the value of these things is basically $20, and now we're paying $30 for a figure that looks like it's not even worth $19.99. And as you can tell by the feet, when I was trying to stick it into that ice skateboard, it just looks like it's about to fall apart. Like, I literally am so worried about this figure that it literally feels like ice that is breaking in my hands. I'm sorry about the puns, I can't help it. I'll be honest, I feel like this figure is a total ripoff. So now let's compare it to some of the original X-Men. So here's my love triangle, Cyclops and Jean Grey, along with the vintage Angel figure that came out just a few months ago. I love those three figures in the background. I love the sculpt. I love the material. I've had them for years. My kids play with them and they're sturdy. But this Iceman figure, as you can tell from where the neck is to where the shoulders are, it looks totally cheap. It doesn't even look like it's a part of the body. So now I want to compare the older figure with these ones. Like I said, it's a beautiful figure. It has a beautiful ice effect, but the figure itself is completely cheap. The accessories it's just not worth the price, but that's going to be up to you to make. Spider-Man in the background also looks bored with this figure as well. So here's where I'm going to end my video. Once again, I like this figure, the vintage Iceman. It goes better with the original X-Men, but I just because of sculpt, it just reminds me of Silver Surfer, and I can't stand it. And that was my review of the Secret Wars Iceman Marvel Legend figure. I'm not happy with it, and I will leave this up to you on whether or not you think that those accessories are worth it. But eBay actually has better accessories for Iceman. Ice effects are a lot better from another independent company than what Hasbro has made. I'm so disappointed. I want to get a refund. Thanks for tuning in, and next time we will review the X-Men 97 Emma Frost figure. Have a good weekend.